Today we're going to be talking about my meta predictions for the brand new map Sunset. It just came into the competitive pool a couple days ago. I already played a couple games on it, and so far I don't really like it as a map. I think it's alright. I feel like they should have removed Ascent or Haven for it instead of Fracture. Because right now the map pool is very stale, but that's a topic for a different time. So real quickly, here's how my tiers are going to work. So this is the main meta comp that I'm predicting. I predict that it's going to be single smokes, double initiator, kind of like Haven, but with a couple changes. Here are my alternates. These can slot in and out with the main comp characters pretty seamlessly without much changes. Here's my off-meta characters. These might see a little play, but I doubt they really see much meta play on this map. Here's my dark horse picks. I feel like these could be very good on the map if used correctly, but they're going to be a little bit different than this main comp. So we'll see how that goes. And then the only tier I'm not going to talk about is this don't play category. This is pretty self-explanatory for most of these characters. So yeah, let's get into it, starting with Astra. So I think one of the biggest bonuses of picking Astra over Omen on this map is that her smokes are bigger than Omen. So as you can see, you can put a star here, and you can fully smoke off this choke point really comfortably without really having any gaps. Whereas Omen, you'd have a little gap on one side or the other. And I think that's just a really big bonus for Astra. Now, coming over to B, on defense especially, you can see that this B site might be a little bit like A site on Haven. But you might want to push up early and take control. I think that Astra's pretty good at that with the suck and the pull. The pull nerf is a little weird for that. They might be able to cross to this box, but again, you could probably just throw a molly here or something with a Killjoy. Something like that. But I think she's going to be really good at taking this map control. Of course, Omen does have the one-way for this, the one-way plus blind, so that is one of the arguments for Omen. But then my final argument for Astra on defense is this star right here. Either something like this or something like this, depending attacking or defending. But a smoke like this is really good because it allows you to walk up here, or even like that. It allows you to walk up and take this area. And the defenders don't really have a great way to defend against like a smoke here and then like a sky pop flash or a phoenix pop flash here. There's not really a good way for them to defend that, and you kind of just get some of this control for free. That's kind of really annoying for the defenders to have to reclear, especially if you throw a smoke like that or even like this.
I need to stop. Concealment.
This map control is really powerful because then you're kind of cutting up their rotate and you're making them go all the way through spawn if they want to go from B to A. I think it's just really powerful overall. Alright, next up we have Raze. And the reason why I have Raze over any other duelist is because I think that this map is going to be really good for her since there's a lot of these like really close indoor like segments of the map where her util can find a lot of value, especially like the boombot. Something like that through this elbow area is really powerful, and then you can just throw like a nade there and you can clear it out, or you can just kind of like a sat. I obviously play a lot of Raze, but even just like a satchel like this.
Satchel out.
Like this, and peek with it, or something like that. It's gonna be really powerful. And then you just smoke here, and you can crunch the site from both ways. And I just think it's gonna be really good for Raze, especially like on the sites. Now in mid, I don't think she's gonna be as good. I think that mid's gonna be more for kind of like your initiators and your smokes to play. But even something like a Roomba, you can maybe find like a Roomba lineup for this. Something like that, and you combo that with the Astra smoke, like I said earlier, right there. You take this tiles control, that might be pretty good. Or even just like attacking on the B site, she's gonna be pretty good because you can throw something like this nade, something like that. Oh, not like that at all. Something like that. Clear out that corner, and like a deep nade into here is gonna be pretty powerful. Just things like that. But it's just so close and like congested in some spots. Like even like right here and like right here, her nade can find a lot of value pretty easily. Now the reason I have Breach here over a Sky is because of this B lobby.
Let's go here.
So you can do something like a stun here, and then your duelit or your Raze nade over here, and then or even there, smoke deep, and then like an aftershock back here can be really powerful to clear this out. Because if you look at it, it perfectly clears out this area. And so the only place that we have to go is there, and you can just throw a flash to the wall or something. And it's going to be really powerful for taking this B main area, and kind of, you're forcing a lot of space away from the attackers. You're doing that. And then also, like like a fault line over here. Something like that can be really good, or even just like a stun in A main. Just like holding a stun here, or on site holding a stun. Just stuff like that. Even like a deep, really deep one, like at the barrier, like right here. And you follow with an aftershock. You have your team push through. There's just a lot of stuff like that for Breach on this map, and I think it's gonna be pretty powerful. So next I have Silva, and Silva's the pick that I'm like the least confident in over any other of my picks. I feel like Sky could pretty easily come in instead of him, but the reason I picked Silva over Sky is because of these darts in mid and on A, especially this mid dart, because people like to walk out, and you can actually find a pretty decent timing if you go. You can like run here and shift walk in, because the barriers are actually really deep on this map. They're right back here.
Right here.
So you can find the timing into here, and this dart just kind of prevents all that.
Area.
Prevents any kind of timing you can get in here. Even if they throw like a defensive smoke right here, it blocks that. And also on this A site, I found this drone. Like you can send a raise with a Roomba to clear through elbow, and you can drone out from here.
Deploying drone.
You clear this angle from any operas maybe. You can clear back behind this corner, back behind here, and even almost get behind here. And then you can also combo this with maybe like a lineup from back here or something that lands deep back here.
Revealing area.
Something like that to clear this back corner. Or even something really deep like
revealing area.
Or even that, something like that maybe. Something way back here on this wall.
Scanning ahead.
Could be pretty good to combo with your hit. Something like that, but Silva's biggest problem is going to be this B site, I think. Because you have this giant area that's all indoors that you can't really hit with any lineups, especially with this roof.
Scanning ahead.
I guess you could go through the roof, but that's kind of weird. So he's got this big spot where he can't really have much impact in unless he drones it out. And even if he shoots a dart like back here, you find a god dart some way around this pillar, which is going to be a bit of an issue. But if you get around this pillar, it still doesn't clear this corner. Doesn't clear anywhere in CT at all. So I feel like B is going to be pretty hard for Silva just because of all like the roofs and the indoor spaces. But other than that, I think he's going to be pretty decent actually. For my final pick of like the meta comp, I think that I'm going to actually go with Killjoy. And the reason I go with Killjoy is because of this turret. Oh, first off, for this turret on A main, it's really powerful because it protects from both this cross and this cross, and Cypher can't really do that unless you push up in like aggressive trip here, and that's just going to get broken really easily. So I think this turret can take a lot of space for you. The mollies on this map are really good, especially for something like right here. Like there's no way you can get around that, or like a molly here you can't get around at all. Like because they're just such small choke points. Even like something back here would be really good. Something like that, and then I don't think Killjoy is gonna have much impact on mid. She might have something like a turret, like back here maybe, or even the turret. Push up right here to protect tiles. But stuff like this is just gonna get broken really easily. So I don't know if she'll have much impact on mid. But then we come to the B site, and on B I think she's gonna be pretty decent, but you might I don't know. It depends what you want to do, but she has a lot of flexibility. Especially with like stuff like mollies right here. The molly right here is gonna be really good. Even like a turret here in mid. Holding it and then just like comboed with like an alarm bot here, and a molly here to stop the plant. Stuff like that. I think she's gonna be really good. And a lot better than Cypher, just because Killjoy is better than Cypher in this meta. And this map is pretty standard, so I don't see any of the other Sentinels really having much of an impact. So now we've come to my dark horse picks, and these are the picks that I think that they could be good, but they're normally not very meta on other maps, and so I think that they're just going to require a lot of work to be put in them. But I think if you put the work in, they can be really good. Starting with Harbor. So I think that Harbor is going to be really good. Oh. Yeah, I play a lot of Harbor, as you can tell, but I think he can be pretty decent, because you can do a cascade like this in mid. You can walk into tile, maybe with like a breach flash or a stun, or even a sky flash right here. Something like that, and you can get this timing in the mid. You can follow that up with like another cascade on this side, even like a wall there, something like that. You can take this tiles control and then like, you know, walk out, flank these guys here from both sides. There's just a lot of creativity you can do, even on like this A site. something like this kind of wall.
Flooding
Be
them.
pretty decent. He can comfortably smoke off this whole thing, as well as Astra. Only other character in the game that can do that, besides Viper, I guess, but we're not really gonna play Viper on this map, I don't think. And like a cascade wall over here to push up.
Wave crashing.
Something like this can be pretty good. You know,
Right
combine it with
there.
like a molly there, something like that. I think it's gonna be pretty good for just like taking this aggressive map control, and then even on like the attack, you can do something like this to walk up mid, you know, hold that, or even something like on Pearl, where you see this kind of wall for mid. You do something like that. Like that, if the other team has an opper, it's gonna be pretty powerful for putting on pressure. Just stuff like this, where you walk up mid and you get all this mid control for your high tide. Well, not your high tide, your... Actually, it is your high tide. But you get all this mid control for basically free, because your util comes back in 40 seconds for this ability. So I think it's just gonna be pretty decent. And even like, I just saw in ranked actually, I saw a Harbor do some walls on B like this.
Water
It's like stuff like this, like on ecos. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
right there.
Because with Astra, you can't really smoke this off.
Right
with
there.
Astra and Omen, that's kind of a big thing. You'd have to smoke here. I can't ping, but you'd have to smoke over there. And then the defenders can run out through here. So Harbor, I think, is going to find a lot of success. Even doing walls like this
Water rising.
can be good. You know, you throw a flash back
Right
here
there.
or back here. Take this back control space, throw a
Blocking
bomb, throw
fire.
a cove, plant.
Right there.
It's just gonna be pretty. It's a very creative agent. I think you can find a lot of creative ways to use him on this map. So the last character I'm gonna talk about is Phoenix, and Phoenix's big problem on other maps is that he can't take as much space as Jet and Raze can because he doesn't have any movement abilities. But I think that on this map he can actually take a lot of space pretty efficiently. So he can do something like on
Going
defense,
up.
he can do a wall. Well, not like that. Something like this.
Going up.
You know, you walk in here, you throw a flash like this, take this space, molly off here.
Careful
Something
now.
like that. No, not like that.
Careful now.
Something like that. I think on A or on B, he can be pretty good. Especially comboed with like a breach and a smoke deep. He can do like a molly like
Careful
that.
now.
Something like this. Molly back here,
Hey.
throw an aftershock here, throw a smoke
Hey.
here, stuff like that. And then, I'm gonna talk about on A. I think on A, he's gonna be really powerful with his wall. So, on like a slower default, I think that Phoenix can be good because he can do something like
Going
this.
up.
You can wall here and you can shift walk in here. You know, walk up, clear some of these close angles with you and a teammate. You'll kind of take this space, and it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Because I think that a Killjoy turret here
Hey.
is gonna be pretty powerful, pretty standard. And Phoenix can kind of
Going
get
up.
a wall that kind of blocks it off. Might be a way to get a lineup for that.
Going up.
Something like that, or even like something just like
Going
this.
up.
Just walking up into this elbow area, or the other way around.
Going
And you wall
up.
off elbow. You come and you clear out the turret, and you know you maybe you throw a smoke
Hey.
deep, and you check it out outside. Maybe you throw a
Flash.
flash. Check it out on site. Maybe come back a little bit. But he's just gonna have a lot of creative ways to use this util, especially like here in mid. Oh, like this. You know, defenders try to push out. Throw like a molly like
Careful
that. Flash out or reverse flash
Flash.
like that.
Hey.
You know, you push them back. Flash out here again. Flash like that is really powerful.
Watch your eyes.
Get the guys
Hey.
here. Ugh. I am not good today. Just stuff like that. I think he's gonna be really powerful on this map for taking space without movement. Even on the B. I have one more util combo I want to show off real quick. But I think this
Going
take,
up.
something like this,
Careful now.
and you molly deep. Well, not that. But you get like a way to a molly
Careful now.
perfectly right there. It's gonna be pretty good.
Hey.
Just combo that with like a flash here or
Hey.
something. Something like
Watch
this
your
would be pretty
eyes.
good. Clear this out. And you get a lot of free control of the site. Just like that.
Going
Only
up.
that.
Careful now.
Something like this would be pretty good for execute.
Hey.
Even just like a smoke deep here, a smoke
Plant the
deep here.
spike.
So I think I'm pretty high on Phoenix for this map actually. But yeah, there's my picks for the Sunset meta. If you have any questions, anything to discuss, make sure to leave a comment and then like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.